with Donald Trump's primetime address to the nation about Iran. He has stopped all cable networks from airing what they are airing for the American people to tune in to what he is saying today. And we've got maybe one of the craziest mention markets of all time today on what Trump is going to say during his address. I have over $5,000, way too much large percentage of my portfolio on this speech. But look, when there's a speech like this, you gotta go full port. And you don't have many generational opportunities like this, where this mention market within itself has over $9 million of volume. Over $9 million of volume. You don't get this many opportunities during Kalshi mention markets to go all in. So we've sized into a couple positions. This could be the greatest mention market of all time. But we were just doing a spaces before for Rigatoni. We were talking about how we think this address is really going to be kind of a nothing burger. Probably a 15-minute address where he just talks about how we are having success in Iran and that the war is going to end soon. Just justify regime change and then do a little dunk on NATO at the end of it. So this is, I don't think it'll be any much substantial, but we have some positions, including 1,000 shares on April 1st. I do think this is possible. What's up, Lee? What's up, Alex? Hazy's got way too much too much of his port on this. You've got NATO at 35 cents. Well, that's a good buy for yes, Jinxies. Yes, Soto too, but just on a random Wednesday. This is one of the greatest venture markets I've ever seen. All right, I'll go quickly through because we only got a couple minutes. My positions, what I've got. Nuclear, yes. He's gonna say nuclear. If you saw $20 on the ground, would you pick it up? This is literally a free $20. I'll take it. And I've got yes, Epic Fury. Another easy bond. Yes, Lee, I've got no on deal. I've got no on deal, and this no on deal is like kind of it's a hedge against one of my main yes positions, Barack Hussein Obama. I really kind of like Barack Hussein Obama yes here. A lot of people think it is way too unhinged for Donald Trump to say Barack Hussein Obama to an address to the nation. But let me remind you, this is the guy who said transgender insanity when he was on everyone's TVs a couple months ago. I don't think we know this guy too well. He is 100% going to be talking about the Barack Hussein Obama nuclear deal that he terminated. I think it's really, really possible that he hits BHO. And so my no deal is a little bit of a hedge that he just doesn't talk about the Iran nuclear deal at all. 1K on nuclear. Hey, I'll show you how much of my port we've got 7K down. 7.4K down to make 13K. It's almost 10% of my portfolio on this single speech right here, on this single 15-minute address. About 7K. I think I put 5K down because I did the title like a couple hours ago, but I think he might say BHO. I think there's even a chance that Obama's on the teleprompter. Like, it is on the teleprompter for him to say Obama, and he just ad-libs Barack Hussein Obama. Just because who he is, man. You cannot tell me this guy isn't, likely to say Barack Hussein Obama. I think just people are over-indexing the fact that it's, Here, put the music back on. People are over-accenting, the fact that this is gonna be a script for Trump, but Trump could still be unhinged. I really think so. I really think he could just still be unhinged. It hit Barack Hussein Obama. It could even be on the teleprompter for him not to say, and he ad-libs it. Can I explain my April Fool's yes position? I've got April Fool's yes. And it's not even a meme, bro. It's not even a meme. Okay, it kind of is a meme, but I truly think this is about fair value. 4.5 for April Fools. I think there is a chance when he's talking about NATO, he's bashing our allies. He could say something like, we are really thinking about withdrawing from NATO, and this isn't an April Fool's joke. I'm being serious. Dude, this guy is a comedian in another life. You can't tell me his opportunity to talk to the American public that he won't drop a joke. People are so sure he's not going to drop a joke. He dropped jokes in the State of the Union. I think there's a chance he goes, this isn't an April Fool's joke. I'm being serious. We are ending our alliance with NATO or something like that. Now, I don't think he's actually going to announce that we're ending an alliance with NATO, but I can't pass up on April Fool's yes. I cannot, especially with I really think this is possible. And people are bonding in no. I think this is kind of insane. Like, if you want a good no bond, Save America Act, I don't think has any chance of coming up here. Any chance. I think April Fool's is way more likely than, like, Save America Act. Why would you be on yes, Save America Act? Save America Act, dude, even when he's talking about the Save America Act, sometimes he won't even say Save America. Like, transgender, I think, is way more likely than Save America Act. I think it's just like clear no bond. It's just something he's not going to say. Even if he gets into policy, which most people don't expect about this speech, he's going to maybe talk about crime or like affordability. He's not going to talk about the Save America Act. Regular people, American people that he's talking to do not give a shit. He is a comedian this life. You're true. But you can't tell me this comedian won't drop an April Fool's joke. I think 4.5 is like perfect fair value for April Fools. He could say, also a piece of alpha I dropped on the Rigatoni Spaces is that last year's State of the Union, he did say, I was going to make the tariff date April 1st, but I didn't want people to make it April Fool's, so I made it April 2nd. I'm superstitious. So he could say something like, we are going to start something tomorrow. I didn't want to do it today so people didn't think it was an April Fool's joke. If he announces any type of policy he's enacting tomorrow. It is entirely possible. It's entirely possible he says April Fool's. Other yeses, I like excursion. I sized down a little bit of it, but still, I still think for a 15-minute address to the nation, a lot of the times he says excursion, he talks about the American people. So I think that could be part of his messaging tonight. A little bit of an excursion. I really like Ukraine, yes, especially since a part of this is going to be bashing about NATO. Every time he's kind of talking about the slights of NATO, he always talks about how much money we donated to Ukraine. Oh, we gave millions and billions and trillions of dollars to NATO, and they just spent it on Ukraine. I think, like, Ukraine could be, like, seriously undervalued at this point. I mean, my CLV's negative on Ukraine. But for like, a part of this speech to be exactly about NATO and him bashing it, I think Ukraine is very likely. That's why I have a little bit of Russia, too, in case he goes on Russia-Ukraine. Another yes I have is Iraq, because this speech he's going to talk about the terrorist proxies in Iran. And one of the things that he's mentioned in his first address about Iran when we first attacked was that a U.S. embassy in Iraq was killed American soldiers by an Iranian proxy. And he used that as an example to justify to the American people why we are going to war with Iran. So just again, like today, he could say, from Iraq to Lebanon, we have seen Iranian terrorist proxies attack American people. And this is a reason why we needed to end the evil, basically. He said in the first address he did about Iran, I do like Iraq, especially for the fact it is confirmed that proxies will be spoken about. Boots on the ground there? I don't think boots on the ground is hitting, bro. I don't think boots is in the ground. NASA Moon? Yeah, Moon is an interesting one. No is not a bond. No is not a bond. So I'll tell you the alpha. And holy shit, it is tanking. So the idea with No Moon is that a lot of the times when he's talking about Midnight Hammer, he does describe Midnight Hammer as it being completely dark, no light, no moon, in complete darkness. We went out and took out their nuclear facilities. He does sometimes say that when saying no moon. I am still on no, just because I don't think it's a scripted term. A lot of times when he's saying no moon, it's when he's like ad-libbing. It's not something he's reading off the teleprompter, and today will be very teleprompter focused. But moon is something that's very correlated with Midnight Hammer. He will say sometimes, no, there was no moon. In the middle of the night, we went and we obliterated their nuclear facilities. Other yeses I'm on, Khamenei. I'm on yes, Khamenei, because he just randomly started saying Khamenei recently. Like today at the Easter lunch and yesterday at the executive order, he both dropped a Khamenei. And it's just weird timing. The fact that he's doing this primetime address and then all of a sudden he started saying Khamenei. It's almost like he's ramping up. He's read the address before and now it's in his mind. You're so fucking scared right now. You're so scared. I think regime change is hitting. I would say yes on regime change. I mean, you see me on yes, Khamenei. I think he's going to justify to the American people why he did regime change. Because most people are against it. And it's something he didn't say before. So he's going to have to talk about the regime change he did, which I think includes Khamenei, and that does include the success of killing Soleimani a couple years ago. I mean, I got a pretty good price, but I do like Khamenei, yes, and Soleimani, yes, as name drops of people he killed. Just the, the bucks on the wall. You know how people sometimes put moose on their wall because they killed them and stuffed them with taxidermy? I think he's going to have a taxidermy Khamenei today that he's going to point at and say, look what we did. What a shame he's gone, Khamenei. And he's going to mispronounce it, but it's still going to go yes anyways. Biden, why? I stayed away from Biden. I think the price didn't really sway me either way or the other. I like Venezuela, yes, because he's going to be talking about the greatest military in the world. It's such a very easy segue to Venezuela. He's going to be talking about the greatness of the military, how he rebuilt it in his first term. He didn't realize he had to use it so much. Like, look at Venezuela. As well, if he's talking about Hormuz and the Straits and the oil, he could say, oh, we don't need oil. We don't need oil anymore because of Venezuela. So with those two pathways it could hit, I really do like Venezuela, yes. And the fact it can hit in oil and it can hit in the greatest military, and he can reference what they did with Maduro. So that's why I'm on Venezuela, yes. NATO at 93. NATO's not a lock, but NATO's going to get said. But NATO's not really a lock. I mean, he could say European allies. And of course, like, the speech could get cut short or something, and then they miss the NATO part entirely. But I don't think it's as much as a lock as, like, Epic Fury and nuclear. I'm not sure. I mean, NATO is dodgeable, but it is like a very, very likely thing. It is confirmed that he's going to be talking about NATO. So, no, I also kind of stayed away from oil, man. It's still possible he dodges. I don't like oil, yes. And I don't really like oil, no. I think this is probably fair. 81. 81's probably fair for oil. What I do like, I like Israel for the fact that's Passover. And he was just at an Easter event. He just said, just today, that there would be no Israel without him. So, I do really like Israel. It makes a lot of sense in this context. Plus, he's hit Israel in, like, every primetime address he did recently. Oh, the ground leak is fake, bro. Honestly, are you talking about the Fox News report that things are going to be on the ground? What is ground at? 43? I'm fading. I'm fading ground. That news leak by the Fox News reporter saying there's possibly going to be announcing boots on the ground is completely FUD. It's complete FUD. It's just a Fox News reporter coming up with something he thinks is going to happen. Did it move the price? It did move the price down. Wow, to like 53. There's still a chance he says ground, and the fact he can say, oh, we obliterated everything to the ground level. Or, there's nothing left. Everything's at the ground. That's still possible, but he's not going to say boots on the ground. He's not going to announce that in the primetime address today. There's just no shot. I think that's just FUD, that report. If that's the only reason this price is moving, I'm taking no. No for a ground. I'm just going through the yeses. We'll get through the nos after because the yeses are more fun, but I think that's everything. I ran 5+ times. It's because he said it a lot during his like 3, 4, 5-minute addresses. He hit Iran about 3 or 4 times. I expect him today to hit it 5 times. What's the bids on those? Those are pretty healthy. Good luck, Resolve. Good luck on yourself, brother. Yeah, I don't think the news leak is real on ground. It's just a Fox News reporter thinking what I think is going to happen. It's not much to actually take into. I mean, the fact that the price is moving this much because of that, it's fake news. It's fake news. I'll buy a little bit more of no ground. The only risk is that he says, like, we obliterated everything to the ground level. That's kind of the only risk here. So some of the no's I have a large position, no Marco Rubio. I just don't think he's going to give any type of shout out. I mean, today he said during the Easter dinner, he's going to talk about how great he is. So a lot of these addresses, he doesn't like to give credit too much. If he's going to give credit to anyone, he's going to give credit to Pete Hegseth and not Marco Rubio. As well with no weight war, just a bit out of favor, no Easter. He's more likely to say Passover than Easter, in my opinion. No election shouldn't come up here. He's not going to say since my election. He's going to be talking about first term and third term is the terms he's going to use if he's talking about since blank. No tariff, no Supreme Court. These don't make sense. Even with him being at the Supreme Court today, it's just an easy no bond. And I think Save America Act is the safest, like, no you can get. He is just not saying that. He is just not saying that, bro. All right, how do I watch this White House? Are they going to be live? They are live. All right. So we are in for one, boys. Moon is mooning, which is a bit scary. It could be the fact that it is scripted, but if Moon hits, it's not going to be because of the Artemis launch. It's going to be because he says no moon when he's describing Midnight Hammer. So the fact that that is mooning, Midnight Hammer might be pretty good. I mean, he could say it without, he could say he could talk about Midnight Hammer without saying it. It's still possible. But those are all my positions, boys. Those are all my positions. He is speaking in about 2 minutes. So we'll pull it up. Pull up the left source. I've got a negative CLV, which is a good sign. It's a good sign. But I'd say I really would like either a April Fool's would be an incredible poll or a yes Barack Hussein Obama. It's something that he could totally ad-lib during this speech. I'm hoping for a BHO. So we've also like Ukraine, yes. Something that can come up on NATO. You can bet on the length market. This is something that you can do. There is a length market. How long is he going to speak? I've just got like no 21 or above. I think it's going to be below 20 minutes. I would reason. We were at 9 o'clock. Trump should be coming up anytime now. Just speeding it up. All right, boys, good luck. Should be coming on anytime though. I don't think he's gonna be late. It's not gonna be a late thing because this is most likely a pre-recorded event. So you're riding no ground. I think if it's off just that news report, it's a bit fake news. Oh my god, Moon is tanking. Moon is tanking. Someone bought like 76. No. Someone bought like 5K, yes. Moon. We could be screwed on no Moon. I think if Moon comes up, I don't think it's going to be on Artemis. I think it would be on no Moon, Midnight Hammer. That's all. Where's DJT? Where's DJT? Ooh, Ayatollah shooting up to 70. Nate's also on no Moon. That makes me a little bit feel a bit happier. Here we are, DJT, the main man himself. All right, boys. This could not be pre-recorded. This could be live.
Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, good evening.
Good morning.
Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA.
Oh, NASA.
And our brave astronauts on the successful launch of
NASA.
Artemis II. It was quite something. It will be
He's
traveling
come out with
further
Artemis.
than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon,
What the
go around
fuck?
it, and come back home.
He started
in a
with
distance
Artemis?
that has never been
What?
done before. It's amazing.
What?
They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those four unbelievable astronauts.
Oh my God, he's rambling.
As we speak this evening, it's
He's
been
quite
just
rambly.
1 month since the United States
Here we go.
military began Operation
Epic Fury.
Epic Fury, targeting the world's number
got one.
state sponsor of terror,
Terror?
Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed
terror.
forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's navy is gone. Their air force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist
Boom.
regime
Damn
they
it.
led, are now
I was trying to
dead.
live bid.
Their
no.
command and control of
Ugh.
the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak.
Decimated.
Their ability to launch missiles and drones is
Drone!
dramatically curtailed, and
Let's
their
go.
weapons,
We got drone.
factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces.
We got drone.
Very few of them left.
I
Never in
know,
the
right,
history of
Nate?
warfare has an enemy
Terrific.
suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning
sounds-
bigger than ever
He
before.
sounds a little raspy.
Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes.
Venezuela! Yes!
That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world.
Respected by everyone.
After rebuilding our military during my first term,
Let's
we have
go!
by far the strongest
The
military
rebuild of the
anywhere in
military.
the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners.
Oh
We're
my God,
getting along
oil's gonna
incredibly
smack.
well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and
Yeah,
gas.
there's oil.
The second largest.
Dang, if I wasn't
reserves
Celebrate, I could have
on
bought
Earth
some Yes
after
oil.
The United
Okay.
States of America.
Gotta lock in, lads.
We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there
don't
to
need
help
anything.
our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is
How many Irans is
necessary
that?
for the safety of America and
I'm
the
not sure.
security of the free world.
Someone
From
bought
the
the
very
6 cents. What
first
the hell?
day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a
That's
nuclear
so many
weapon.
Irans. Dude, who bought this shit?
This
That's 6
fanatical
cents.
regime has been chanting death to America,
Oh.
death to
Israel.
for 47 years.
Death to
Their
Israel,
proxies
baby,
were
let's
behind
go.
The murder of 241
Let's go.
Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of
Oh.
our service members
Iraq.
with roadside bombs.
Come on, Iraq,
They
here.
were involved in the attack
Iraq.
on the USS Cole,
Iraq!
and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel.
I'm not sure.
Something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently
dodged Iraq.
killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000
Dang,
dead.
you could have said Iraq right
For these
there.
terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be
Nuclear!
an intolerable threat. The most violent
Easy,
and
Bond.
thuggish regime on earth
$20.
would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should
He's
any
not saying Marco,
of our
brother.
past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first.
Soleimani.
And perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani
Yeah.
in my first term.
Yeah.
He was an evil genius, brilliant person,
Khamenei next.
horrible human
Khamenei
being,
next.
however, the father of the roadside bomb. And he lived
There's Soleimani,
just
baby.
horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps
Iran
a far
has a
better,
5+
stronger
times.
position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's.
Barack Hussein Obama!
Obama
Yes!
gave them $1.7
Yes!
billion in cash.
Barack Hussein
Green
Obama!
cash.
They called me crazy!
Virginia, D.C.,
They called me nuts!
Maryland, all the cash they had. Flew it by airplanes in an
That's
attempt to
my
buy their
unhinged
respect and
president
loyalty,
right
but it
there,
didn't work.
baby.
They laughed at our president and went on with their
Oh my
mission to have a
God.
nuclear bomb.
Yes!
His Iran deal
Fuck
would
yes!
have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran.
Fuck it. Yes,
They
lads.
would have had them years ago, and they would have used them.
The
Would have been a
fucking
different
Barack
world.
Hussein Obama.
There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning.
We need a little committee.
Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest
Here,
for
he hits
nuclear
Khamenei here,
weapons
by
and
the way.
rejected every attempt at
He hits
an
Khamenei
agreement.
for sure.
For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer.
Midnight
Nobody's
Hammer.
ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear
Obliterated.
sites. The regime then
There we
sought
go.
to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons.
Okay.
They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles
hits
that
Khamenei
could
here. I
reach
should
the
low-key
American
keep
homeland,
eyeing.
Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth.
Europe or other place?
Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear
Dare
bomb,
stop
a
'em.
nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. But
Nuclear
in the
again?
end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes.
Okay.
As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury,
Epic Fury.
our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means
Borders?
eliminating Iran's Navy, which
The
is
Navy?
now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never
I'm not
seen
sure if he's
before,
dodged Khamenei or not.
and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base.
Dover Air Force Base.
And it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them.
What is
and we are
finishing
going
the job?
to finish the job,
The
and we're going to
Hormuz?
finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE,
Iraq?
Kuwait, and Bahrain.
Yeah.
They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home.
Yes.
The short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history.
NATO's coming.
We're going through it right now. The strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation. Record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion. And the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership,
it's
we
a little
are
too off
number
topic
one
for me, man. This is
producer
going
of oil
crazy.
and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined.
Russia!
Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that.
Dude, excursion,
there's no country like
at
us
5 cents?
anywhere in the world. And
what?
We're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait, and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it. Protect it. Use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally.
The
It'll
strait
just
will open
open
up
up
naturally.
naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up.
There's stock
they haven't
prices?
come down very much, frankly.
I'm out of NATO. I
They
think he
came down a
dodges
little
it.
bit, but they've had
It's an
some very
incredible
good
dodge.
days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought.
He was just talking about
We had
NATO
to
there
take
without
that little
talking about
journey
NATO.
to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just
Historic
now
tax cuts.
talking
Holy
about
shit.
receiving larger refunds than they ever thought
I'm
possible.
on no NATO. I'm on
They
no
are getting
NATO now.
so much more money than they thought. That's from the great, big, beautiful bill.
The
Our
fact he's talking
economy
about
is
tax
strong
cuts
and
now?
improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of
Wow.
Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very
Hopefully no
shortly.
ceasefire here.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they
To the
belong.
Stone Ages.
In the meantime, discussions
Oh, not
are
the ground.
ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of
Khamenei.
all of their original leaders'
Oh!
death.
Original
They're all
leaders?
dead. The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet, if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and
Wow, no
probably
NATO is
simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it
I'm
would
still
be
writing no
gone,
ceasefire.
and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is
It's just something he doesn't
100%
really say.
annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2
Obliterate,
bombers
again?
have been hit so hard
B-2 bombers?
that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move
Even
for
a
it,
move.
we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important
cards.
that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days.
Okay.
World War
This is an
II
excursion.
lasted for
Oh my God, this
3
is an
years,
excursion.
8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month,
Korean War?
and 2 days.
War in Japan?
The Vietnam War lasted for
Vietnam?
19
Iraq?
years.
Iraq War?
5 months and 29
Wait.
days. Iraq went
Yes!
on for 8 years, 8
The
months,
Iraq
and
War!
28
Okay, I got
days.
lucky there. I got
We
so
are in
lucky
this
there.
military operation,
That was
so
not the way I
powerful,
thought it
so
was gonna
brilliant
hit.
against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully
Now there's
no
peace.
longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe
leave it
what
to
they're
your
seeing. The
imagination.
brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the
Okay.
specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before.
Okay.
May God bless
God-
the
oh, it's
men
ending.
and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless
It's ending.
the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
Oh my God, that's it. Low. That's it. Oh my God, he pulled it. Oh! That's it. Let's go. That's it. It's over 18 minutes now? That felt so short. Is that over 18? are 21 and above. People aren't even sure. People aren't even bonding. Oh my god, look at this price movement on 19 or above. I'm guessing it wasn't 19 minutes long. Oh my god, people are fighting in the order books. Boys, let's go! Let's go! That did feel really short. I was still expecting, dude, no NATO! No NATO is insane. Oh my god, it's about to bond. It's about to bond. 19 or above. Holy shit, the NATO dodge was insane. He also dodged Kameni. Kameni was the one I was holding on for yes. But holy shit, boys! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Bang! Bang! Let's fucking go! 2K! Holy shit! What a fucking announcement, Trump! What an announcement! That's my president. Oh my god. That did feel so short. That felt so short. Yeah, NATO, I was saying before, NATO's not safe. I was saying, like, yeah, he's gonna talk about them, but it's not safe. The fact he didn't mention them by name is a bit crazy. But the fact he hit Barack Hussein Obama? Holy shit, boys! Let's go! That was one of the heaviest I've gone to. Oh my god. Let's go. Up 2K. What is that? What is that ROI on the market? I don't even know. Oh my god. Let's ideas post, boys. With the return. How do I see? I don't even know. What is the ROI on the market? Is that... Let me go portfolio. Holy shit, guys. That's, Oh my god, I don't know what that is. That's like over a 30% return. Let's go, lads. Over 2K. Divided by 7650. Yeah, it's about 30% ROI on the market. That's fucking ridiculous. Let's go, lads. Bro, Barack Hussein Obama. 18 minutes, 31 seconds exactly, says Lee. So you can bond the length market. Like, that's bondable, if anything. Yeah, it's like completely bonded. It was going crazy. It looked like he, oh my god, it looked like he was going right above 19 and then he pulled the plug. He pulled the plug last second. Oh my god. He saw the clock. Trump saw the clock. He said, Barron gave me the call. Oh my god. And then rugged it at the end. An 18-minute address in 31 seconds. Let's fucking go, lads. We got BHO, yes. Deal hit, but that was a hedge. That was always a hedge against Barack Hussein Obama if he didn't mention the nuclear deal. Drone, yes. Epic Fury, yes. No Hormuz, that's fine. Iran, 5 times smacked. Iraq. Holy shit, I got so lucky with Iraq, bro. That was not the way I thought Iraq was gonna hit. He hit Iraq talking about the Iraq war, saying it lasted 8 years, and this is gonna last 30 days. That's insane. Israel, the no moon beat was insane. At the beginning, I just did not expect him to talk about the Artemis thing at all, but nuclear bond, Russia hit, Soleimani hit, Venezuela. He said Venezuela twice. He went back to Venezuela. Let's go. Yeah, Iraq was amazing. You're shitting bricks, bro. I was shitting bricks all day, lads. Oh my god. Let's go. I'm just so hyped. I can't believe April Fool's missed. What the hell, Trump? You could have made a no April Fool's joke about Hormuz, bro. You could have. He could have. Our biggest miss was no Ayatollah, which is a bit crazy. He dodged around. He danced around Khamenei. He was talking about their old leaders. We have regime change. Oh my god, it was insane. Yeah, I sold my Midnight Hammer too. I was a bit scared for yes, but he hit it. But no ceasefire. No crypto, obviously. No Cuba. No Democrat. No Easter. No election. No 8 war. No ground. He was never gonna say boots on the ground. That's fake news. That was fake news. No Marco. No negotiate. He didn't say this. What is the price on negotiate? What happened here? Did he say negotiating? Yeah, negotiating wouldn't count for negotiations. Yeah, that's a good thesis. He didn't want to say Khamenei because he can't pronounce it. That's actually a banger thesis. I'm not even gonna lie, McCarthy. That's actually a really good idea. I mean, he said Soleimani though. He knows how to pronounce Soleimani because of all the practice, but yeah, $15 million of volume. Is that more than Sodu? That might be more than Sodu, but. Hey boys, we cleaned up on over 2K, over 30% return on the market. That's insane. That's so good. Let's go. If only you dropped an excursion at the end. Holy shit. Save America Act. Safe bond. Our Ukraine no missed. That is the only thing. I don't even know why it's not bonded yet, but he hit Russia without hitting Ukraine. It's a bit crazy, but let's go, Lee. I'm glad to hear that you won, bro. I'm glad to hear that we won. Let's go. No uranium. The uranium, the boots on the ground, that was all fake news. That was all some Fox News reporter speaking out of his ass. Yeah, save America. There was just no reason. I mean, bro, he hit stock market. I mean, he did get into that point of we're doing so good. He hit hottest, man. I feel like some people got absolutely wrecked on hottest. I know some people were bonding no hottest. Oh my god, hottest in stock market was his little like weave into economy. That part got me so off guard. I knew it was possible, but my god, the hottest hit, the stock market hit. It's just something I wasn't really seeing. The Trump administration, maybe that could have been pre-done, but let's go, lads. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. That's a fucking win, Trump market right there, baby. Thank you, DJT. Oh my god. Wow. I thought NATO was trading 80-90. Paper Tiger should have been higher. He didn't hit Paper Tiger, did he? He didn't hit Paper Tiger. I feel like I would have, yeah. I mean, the fact he completely dodged no NATO is insane. You saw that. I was live buying it. I was buying it, yes, because he still hadn't talked about it. But then he talked about European allies without saying NATO. It was a bit insane. A crazy amount of dodge right there. When you want to share a picture from the whole market, how do you do it? Where it adds the total you put in and the amount it went into it. Oh, like the total amount? You're talking about like a slip that has like cost and payout? I think you can do it through the app. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can do it through the web browser. But if I do like something like share here. Yeah, I don't think you can do it for the whole market, but you can definitely do it for like individual strikes like this. Portfolio, says Sam. Dude, NASA, yo, fair enough. I did not think he was gonna bring up the NASA Artemis thing at all. And I was talking to Nate right before it happened. I was like, yeah, I think we're fine. I think he's not gonna hit moon. He comes out immediately with, congrats to NASA. I was like, oh, I'm about to get wrecked. Oh my god, thank God. Thank God oh wow. Portfolio with like a percentage, you're saying. Well, you can like, yeah, you can look at portfolio and then you can see cost and total payout here. But we made about 2.3K with that Trump speech. Let's go. Let's go, lads. Yeah, the NASA poll was insane. I was not expecting that. And they're already resolving. They're already resolving. Oil, yes. Israeli, yes. Hormuz, yes. Gas, yes. Could have went even harder. All right. Fucking hell, dude. I spent all day on this shit. I spent all day studying for this. It's good to get a win at the end of the day. If I didn't win, we were going to watch a live jumping off a bridge, but the fact they're not, Trump was good to me today, man. The Trump address, the research pays off. The research pays off. And again, all this stuff when I was like accumulating on my account, I was getting DMs too about people asking me about my positions. All of my positions are open on my profile. So if you go to my profile and if you go to Address the Nation, you can see I was buying yes April Fools, yes Barack Obama, yes Excursion, you know. No, Lee, you can DM anyone. DM me anytime. I'm open to answering any DMs. Open completely on the positions I have that I'm building up. But I probably spent about 8-9 hours today just straight monitoring the situation. You know what I'm saying? Spending time researching on this event. Holy shit. Let's go, lads. Let's go. Feels good to win, man. It feels good to do a bunch of research, come up with theses of your own, and to actually see a win. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to a lot of people. Like, the only person that was with me on, where is it? Where is it? Where is that beautiful man? Barack Hussein Obama. The only person that was with me on Barack Hussein Obama was, like, Rigatoni. And then I was like, okay, I might be onto something here. All of the sharps are on no, but Rigatoni's on yes. I'm on yes. It actually might be the retard pick of the night, and it was. Let's fucking go. Dude, sometimes you just gotta throw in those stupid vibes in there. Because everyone was saying, oh, this is an address to the nation. He's gonna be a lot more cordial. Like, dude, he dropped transgender for everyone in the last address to the nation. Like, you gotta come with the Trump tax, man. You gotta come with the Trump tax. There was a great chance on that teleprompter was just Obama's nuclear deal and that he said Barack Hussein Obama anyways. That was a very good chance. So, oh yeah, he said it at the lunch too. I mean, at 16 cents... 17 cents, how could you say no? I've definitely been getting an eye for it. I can trust my gut more on buys. So the one thing I'm still behind on is those updates as quick as everyone seems to be. Right accounts, yeah, it is kind of a game with some of the accounts. So I can tell you some of the accounts I was following just to try to monitor the situation myself, if you know what I'm saying. So like notifications on. I've got notifications for Rigatoni on too. This is a absolute win. But like I have notifications for Rapid Response 47. A lot of times they give updates to what's going on with White House. Caroline Levitt will drop a lot of updates on her Twitter, so I've got notifications on for her. A lot of stuff's like update on Iran war. You can get some alpha with this, and like the White House itself. The White House itself, I got notifications on. I mean, the White House itself dropped. This would have been a pretty good one. Let me find. Yeah, like clear objectives since day one. When you see this, you can understand. Okay, he's gonna talk about these type of things during the address. See, I even liked it. So, but those are some of the accounts I have, and I'm not even the best that monitors the situation. There's people way better than me that have different accounts and stuff. I just monitor like the White House stuff, but. Nick, did you sell out of gas? How do you spell Rigatoni? R-G, like, R-I-G-A, Tony. He drops alpha, too, and he was also, like, I was really scared on Barack Hussein Obama until I saw Rigatoni post that he liked it. I was like, okay, I've got a good feeling now. So... I sold gas before too. If you look at gas, so my thesis was this was gonna be addressed to the nation. So he was gonna say gas prices are coming back down because that's what most people care about. But I got fudded. I got completely funded by the movement. I took a $4 loss on it too, Nick. So you can't win them every time. Yeah, Riga's super sharp, bro. His read on the event was really good too. It's like kind of what everyone else was thinking. That wasn't gonna be any main new updates. It was just gonna be an address to the nation. I think he was also on like Stock Market Yes and Hottest Yes. I don't even know. So that's something I didn't even touch. The fact he transitioned in the stock market and Hottest, I'm lucky he didn't say tariffs right there. Tariff was definitely in play when he was talking about the great successes. I got really lucky with that one, but yeah, only one hard R on Rigatoni. NATO N was insane. I was saying it's not a bond. It wasn't a safe bond. But the fact he didn't say NATO is just insane. I was buying where's NATO? I bought No live. This is actually crazy. I first bought Yes NATO live because I was like, oh, it's still upcoming. He hasn't talked about it yet. And then when he was saying European allies, they were gonna have to do everything. Oh my, I switched out to No. I went yes and then immediately no again. So I probably lost money on that strike. No, I made 15 bucks, but tariffs and Supreme Court, bro, I was sweating during that. If you look at, like, I gotta clip that part up. If you look at my eyes during that part, I probably just, when I heard, what I heard, we're doing great, the stock market, the hottest, it was just something I didn't expect. I knew it was possible. I just did not expect it, just for the fact that it was going to be so short too, but W Trump. W Trump, lads. 2K. We're up 2K on the market. Let's fucking go. All right. GG's, guys. That's what you're saying. When this is the advice I'll give, is when there is an event like this, whether it's State of the Union or it's a Trump address or it's Super Bowl, you gotta take your opportunity. This is what I'm learning. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get bigger balls. I'm trying to put more money where my mouth is, just because you don't know how long these opportunities are gonna last. You don't know how long you're gonna get a chance to do what we're doing currently. And the amount of edges you can get just by doing hard research, creating theses, you gotta take your opportunity when it comes. So today I put a lot of money on this speech, a lot more than I was probably comfortable with. But I am learning slowly but surely, you know, size and conviction does pay off. You do get bigger wins. And of course, you build up to it. You know, I built up to it. I spent 8 months on Kalshi at zero, like not making any money. But once I discovered a routine and a consistent strategy, sizing up is important. So you just don't know how long these type of things are gonna last. It's a pretty spark in history. Like, these markets are early. We are early on those markets. There's edges you can get. It's just crazy. But you gotta take your opportunity when it comes. So I was very uncomfortable with the amount of money I had on this speech, but it does pay off. But of course, again, I put the time into it. I spent all day doing research, looking at Trump speeches, which, you know, does a toll on your mental health. But this does make it worth it at the end. We live in the the golden age. We are living into what crypto was 5-6 years ago. Like, and I don't think a year from now, these markets will be as inefficient as they are. They'll have more volume. That is true. They'll have more volume, but they won't be as inefficient as they are now. So, Nick says, Loxy and I have a mental block in our brains that doesn't allow us to disconnect from the sizing. Comparatively, all the Giga Sharks are missing this, and that's why they can full port and make 100K in a market. That's true. A lot of the people that you see that have slips are putting a large percentage of their portfolio on each market. And it's like it's a mental barrier you need to get over when you're starting out. But I think we are realizing, like, Nick made a 1.7K today. I don't know how much you had on the market, but it was probably similar to me. You know, it's probably similar to me, and he made a same amount. Like, it is worth sizing up when you have conviction. Of course, we've done it for months now, so we can understand that we're profitable and that we have strategy. But this is the main thing I'm trying to work on. Is like, for this market guy, $18 million of volume, like, it's insane. That's absolutely mind blowing. 10%, yeah, 10% of the port. I had about 10% too. If we're talking, my port is 96K, and I don't know how much money I got maybe 7K down. I got maybe 8K down. That's probably less than 10%. So I still need to work on it. Like, people will still say I'm undersizing as I'm doing this, and I am undersizing, but yeah, this is maybe one of the craziest mention markets I've ever done, Lee. I will agree with you. And I would say it is better to bet safe. You just have to, over time, once you realize that you have a profitable strategy, understand that the reward is more worth the risk sometimes. But yeah, over 10%. Probably an undersize if you're comparing it to, like, the Giga Sharps, but I'm very happy with the win. I'm very happy with the win today, and I'm in the process of getting big balls. I had very, very small balls. My balls were minuscule. You couldn't see my balls if you were staring at them. But now you could see my balls. They're there. I just gotta work on the gravity, get it hanging, get it big. It's true. This is true. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna cool down. I've spent all day at this desk worrying about this speech, so I'll probably clip up some things and then call it a day and enjoy my night. But I hope you all enjoyed. I'm glad to see. I don't think anyone got wrecked, really. I don't know. Maybe someone got wrecked, but I think everyone here did well. So I'm glad to hear that everyone did well. Again, I'll say my portfolio is completely public. And if you want to DM me on Discord or anything asking about picks, I'm so open to talking about anything. Whether it's Trump, whether it's fucking an MS Now, Rachel Maddow. I'm open to anything, but I'm glad that I just want to see everyone win, if that makes sense. So, but I'm glad I got a win today. I don't always win. I'm not one of those Moonlight guys that win every time. So I will take what I could get. But GG's, lads.